Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Hello and welcome. Good afternoon to you all. And welcome to Western Spring Television, Oshobo, and to your favorite program, P and Q. P and Q stands for Pertinent Questions. On Pertinent Questions, every Monday on this station, alternatively, I should say, we discuss thrilling issues with our guests. That's on every Monday. I am your, and I love to call it alternate anchor because I come your way 2 times every month. I'm ADETOYESE SHITTU ALAMU. My guest is somebody you will love to meet because he's a man of many parts. I want to describe him as the first ever pupil of his school, and he will tell us that primary school's name, to gain admission into secondary school. That was in 1965. Isn't it interesting? He has lived all his life, youthful life, within Ile-Ife axis and Oshobo, where he comes from. He became a classroom teacher. He became a clerical assistant to a Lebanese firm in Ibadan. He didn't last long there, but he pulled out, and suddenly the clerical job of survey assistant came his way in Lagos. Speaking of the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, the unit of survey, that was where he was employed, and that was how he later on became a student of the School of Survey in Oyo, and he became a surveyor. Since 1975 or thereabout, he has been living outside Nigeria. He belongs to the diaspora. He served in that ministry, which eventually took him to Oyo, as I've said, and he will be talking about certain things that he also did as a surveyor before he traveled out of the country. My guest is Mr. I'll just call him Mr. Abdul KASALI. Am I right? OPABOLA.
Yes.
He's a businessman to the core today because he runs his own business. And I know he is the chairman of KASALI, OPABOLA, OPAGAS here in Oshobo. That is not what we are discussing today. We are discussing today the role of the Diasporeans in our economy. That will form the major part of the second half. But for this first part, we will settle on the man. How do we know him? Mr. KASALI, or I should say Abdul KASALI of OPABOLA, you are most welcome to Pertinent Questions.
Thank you for having me.
How has it been?
It has been very thankful life. I enjoy everything that I've been through in life.
Okay.
And I'm here today to share that experience with you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's begin to know a little about you. You have lived in the United States for many years, and you have much to talk about the diaspora. But I want first to situate. We'll take the story from home.
Mm-hmm.
You are from Oshobo.
Yes.
But you grew up in villages around Ile-Ife.
One village particularly, Aba Arode.
Aba Arode. But you school in another village.
I live about 2 miles away.
Where is a different village?
It's a different place, yes. And I went to Tobatele, local authority primary school, from 1957 to 1963.
Okay. I understand from Grapevine that you are the first pupil of your primary school to gain entrance into secondary school.
Yes.
How does that feel?
It's very good, and it's all through the grace of God.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was my teachers that came to meet with my father that this your son is a very, very brilliant, and we don't just want it to be a farmer like you. We want it to further his education, and please, sir, whatever you can do to help out, it will be good for him.
Okay.
And that's how everything started.
Okay. Which school was this where you went to primary school and became the first to enter secondary school?
Yeah, the name of the primary school is Tobatele.
Tobatele.
Local Authority Primary School, Ile-Ife. That is the way we call it.
Villages.
Yeah, villages. Yeah, villages. Yes. It's mostly controlled by Ife people, and the place that I was living are mostly people from Modakeke.
Okay.
Okay. So, but we had to trek 2 miles every morning to go to that school. It's the only one in the whole area.
Yes, you are talking about the 1950s, isn't it?
Yeah.
The 1950s, early 1960s.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, which was this secondary school you attended?
Yes, when I graduated, I mean with
when you passed out of
primary school, I was very, very brilliant. I mean, top graduation rate.
Okay.
So my father said, there's no way I can sponsor him to secondary school. I will let him go to modern school, which is the middle one, which is almost free. Okay, you have to pay something, but not as high as regular secondary school.
Grammar school.
So I went to Ifewara modern school, which is on the other side of the town. Okay, this one is controlled by Elisha people and all that.
It's Ijesha land.
Ijesha land.
The other one, the primary school is in Ile-Ife land.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one had to trek 3 miles every morning to that. And that was in 1964. I started in January 1964, and during that time, things changes, and I was planning to move to actual secondary school.
Okay. And you eventually moved into secondary school?
Yes.
That's why in that village, LA Primary School, they say you are the first.
The first one, yes.
Okay, which secondary school was this?
In 1965, I went to St. John Catholic High School in Ile-Ife.
Most likely to be grammar school then?
Yeah, it's a grammar school, yes. It's just a comparison to St. Charles grammar school. Yeah, I mean we are kind of the same thing, really.
Right.
They are both Catholic schools.
Catholic schools, and of course. Okay, still talking about, you finished secondary school in 1969.
Yes.
And went into teaching.
Before I went to teaching, I was employed as a clerk in Ibadan at a Lebanese clothing company. Okay. But that didn't last that long, and I went back to Ile-Ife.
Tell me, what was wrong? Why was it bad?
First, that was the first time I'm going to
stay outside your parents.
Exactly, yeah. Out of my own
village boy.
Yeah, village boy. So I went to Ibadan. I forgot the area of that Dube area.
Okay, Ogunpa, etc.
Around that area. Because during my lunch hour, I would go to Kingsway, go to the elevator. I mean, I was just amazed. Everything that was happening at that time. So I was working there, but the condition of living was terrible. It's like about 4 or 5 of us in one bedroom. And I'm the junior person there. Everything that they want to do, they had to call me. I had to go and fetch water for them 3 a.m. in the morning. They wake me up. KASALI, omitiyo, logba, all that. So that's what happened. And I did that, and I said, hey, is this I'm going to live my life? And I wasn't happy there. I wasn't happy about the work also. I decided one
the
day.
work. What didn't make you happy?
I felt at that time that I was not welcomed by people that were there ahead of me.
Okay.
Because I was like the most educated with high school and diploma, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And these people were like, they drop out from high school, they are class 4, class 3, and they get a job, and they were a lot older than me.
Little young man.
Little young boy.
Come to boss.
Thank you. they were not happy with me, and I was not happy with them. And I was just a little boy. I said, hey, let me just go back to my comfort zone. Okay. So I went back to Ile-Ife.
Ile-Ife was your comfort. At least Papa will be there, Mama will be there too.
I think my uncles. My uncle were there, his wife. That's where I grew up with. I grew up with them. Not really my parents. They are my uncles.
Let's talk about the teaching life.
Yes.
Which school did you teach?
Then when I returned to Ile-Ife, I was so lucky that the following weekend there was a teacher training for all high school graduate, regardless of their result, to come and try out to be a teacher. So I was able to go to that training, which was held at Osogbo Teacher Training College here. And 3 days, at the end of 3 days, I was lucky to be one of the people that is selected to be a teacher. And I was sent to Onepasan primary school in Ile-Ife. So I went there.
It has always been Ile-Ife.
Everything's always Ile-Ife. I don't know why, and it's always Ile-Ife.
Okay, but you had to still leave the teaching job.
Yes, because I know that I mean, all the people that I went to school with there, the teacher, they were all telling me that it's a dead-end job. That, I mean, there's a particular woman, he liked me so much. Me and him, when we leave school, we drive our bike, we drive back to Ile-Ife from the village. It's about 9 miles. And on the way, we stop, we drink palm wine on the way, we do everything.
You're enjoying life?
I'm enjoying life. I love it. I really love it, to tell you the truth. I'm a young boy.
But you had to leave, and you went to Lagos.
Yeah, I want to leave, and I want to, some of my friends that we went to high school with, some of them were saying, hey, they were in Lagos already. Some of them, like I told you, their father are rich. They don't want them to stop at secondary school.
But you didn't have a choice. You had to.
Actually, I wanted to go to. I applied to university, University of Ibadan, University of Ife, and all that, but I was not accepted. During that day, in the early 70s, mid 70s, there are very few universities in Nigeria. If you don't go to
only 6, 1970, 71. Even Benin came
later on. So during my time, I don't have no choice. And I was hungry for education, that I must go to college. It was in my mind, and my cousin, that is about 5 years older than me, that went to St. Charles, that really encouraged my dad to send me to high school, got the form in 1964 and everything, and told me KASALI must go to high school. I mean, he make it like a point of deal. He paid for the form, he paid for everything for St. Charles and for St. John. And I was admitted to both. But my father said, no, I want my son to come to Ile-Ife. So that's how I ended up being at St. Charles.
But you left and went to Lagos.
I went to Lagos. A survey assistant. At the federal survey under the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing.
That doesn't qualify you to be a surveyor.
To be a surveyor, you have to have a training.
So how did you train?
The way you train is that...
no, in your own case, how did the training as a surveyor come?
Because I went to School of Surveyor. After I was employed there in the office, we work as a clerical in the office, then they pick us, some of us, to go for the training at the School of Surveyor, which is the only one in the whole Nigeria at that time. It's like a federal school.
It is still.
But it's owned by the state of your state own the college. Everybody comes from all the states. River State, what do you call it, Kaduna State. I mean, all the states, we are all there. But me, I'm from the federal. So we are, it's a lot of us.
People bring in their
students. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's a bunch of everybody for different.
So you met so many people.
Oh my God, a lot of people that we are still friends today. You won't believe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So survey took you to, after qualifying, you went back to Lagos.
After finishing the course, they will bring us back to Lagos. We will do a little bit job in Lagos, but then they will just tell you that, hey, next week KASALI wants to be in Port Harcourt. James, he wants to be in Kaduna. So we distribute us to different parts of the country.
Okay. Where did they first deploy you to?
They deployed me to Port Harcourt.
Okay.
That was in 1973.
Okay. Tell me a little about Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Port Harcourt, being a very young man that have literally knowledge, I've never been far from home like that. And I have about 10 people working under me. Under you. We all living in the tent. We are just like an army. We live in the tent, everybody have their own camp, and we had our own thing to cook. Okay. So you had gone to college, Federal College of Surveyor. So you were now a surveyor. A surveyor. And some people were under you. But you had a boss. I have the head boss ahead of me that is very intelligent person that are way like my own father. I mean, so they are the one that they will call them the head man. Okay. So your story in Port Harcourt. The story in Port Harcourt is very good. There were two of us that were selected that are my classmates. One, the other guy is from a Lagos boy. I'm like a Osogbo boy. So we went there, we do all their job, everything. Then every month we travel back to Lagos to give you our report. Okay, and like I told you, the money was very good because we are out of Lagos. Okay, so you were paying night. Per dime. Per dime, yeah. So the money we are making is incredible. It's 2 times our salary. Okay. So we were really small rich. Not small rich, you were big rich then. your payment was on daily basis per dime. On a daily basis. Different from your salary. Yes. And you said it was difficult. What made it difficult? The difficulty that you just miss your parents, you miss your other people and all that. But later you get used to it, you want to come back. Okay. And the money is good. Your what do you call it? Your bank account is getting fatter and fatter. Very fatter and fatter, yeah. But you had to come back to Lagos. To Lagos. And I decided to come back on my own because by that time I was planning to travel to United States. Okay, because I love the money, but I don't like the job. Because I mean, anything getting to hot weather is not good for my system. I always get malaria, I always get this. I'll be going during the day, but in the evening I'll be job is sick. So I know it's not good for me. I want to be in there under the air conditioner. I want to be like a bank teller, you know. A village boy wanting to move up. Thank you. So I decided, I met somebody when I was at school of Yoyo, that we I met this guy, and he told me that I can send you, I can give you some more information about traveling to America. Okay. I have a uncle there and all that. So it was through that fellow person that I met that I was able to obtain the admission form and apply, and suddenly I was given an admission. Which college was this? Virginia State University. Okay. Okay. But before then, before you left, I have gotten it that you were brought back to Lagos and you did help in mapping out, surveying. Murtala Muhammad, the land. The land. Tell me about that story. Okay, yeah, when I returned back, which my guy in the Federal didn't like, that KASALI, you are leaving us. I mean, I still had that picture of the send-off party they gave to me. So I returned to Lagos. I can't be jobless, so I still go back to my office, and I was doing work in the Lagos area. It was during that time that was part of the people that surveyed the Murtala Muhammad airport.
Land.
Also, Gowon, the estate, as they are not too far from each other in that area, and some other. Most of those land there, I worked there for almost a year. That I was doing work there all the time, and I really enjoy it. But I didn't even know what I was doing, how important I was, the job I was doing. You know,
you're just surveying.
And my signature is all those papers everywhere. That today you go there now, you see my signature.
Okay.
You see, so. When I returned back when I went to UN, I came back in 1980, and I say, there's a Murtala Mohammed Airport. I say, wow, this is where
you work.
I was doing this part of my job here.
It was the preparatory stage.
I felt so happy that the sweat of me, I can see the result of it. So that is the before I finally left on what you call it, August 31st, 1975.
Yeah, you went to the US.
I went to the United States,
to become a student.
I became a student, and I didn't know it was going to take me that long, because I left in 1974 in Port Harcourt, but it took me almost a year before I can obtain my visa, my student visa, because I already paid my tuition, I already paid my boarding, everything completely. From
the money you got in Port Harcourt?
In Port Harcourt.
Okay. This is the first part. You have been living in the United States for about 40, 48 years.
More than 48 years.
Okay. The second part of this show, we'll be discussing that.
Okay.
You are a Nigerian in the diaspora. We will ask pertinent questions on diaspora.
Okay.
But before then, I'm told that we still have some little time before we go on a break.
Okay.
Now, when you left, did you think you were going to just pick your degree and come back? That is before you left the shores of Nigeria. Was it in the view that, oh, let me go to US, pick a degree and come back to my state, or what? Or you just felt, I am there?
No.
That's where it was. It where the Japa started?
No. When I left Nigeria, my goal was to go get my BS degree and return home, because my ambition is just to go to that university here and got it. When I cannot do it, I said I'm going to go there for 4 years, got my degree, and come and help build the country of Nigeria. Okay, that is the idea. Plus, I was having a really good girlfriend at that time that I was in love with. That I promised her I'm coming back to marry her and do everything. So my intention was to go and come back and don't never go back again. But circumstances changes.
In a very lighter mood, was the promise fulfilled? The promise you made to that girl, did you fulfill it?
No, I didn't.
Why?
Because she didn't fulfill it. She decided that she cannot wait.
Oh, for 4 years.
For 4 years. And her family, they don't want her to wait for 4 years also. That most of the people that travel to overseas, when they go there, they do dirty job, hotel work, mopping floor, doing all this. That just don't mind that guy. All this photo that he's sending you, that this is my car, this is all lie. So they just destroy her, and we broke up, and I ended up marry somebody else there.
Okay. This is not to discuss your marriage. It's to look at what life in the diaspora is.
Yes.
And as I've said, the second part of this program will dwell in that. I only wanted people to know you because you have been away for far too long. So, yes, when we come back, I have been discussing in a rather homely chat with Mr. Abdul KASALI OPABOLA. He's a surveyor. Today he's a businessman of his own, and he remains in the diaspora. When we come back, the second half of this presentation, that is the core area we're going to go into. Stay back and look forward to my coming.
Ahmadu Bello, a Prince Royal, was born 6th of December 1910 at Raba Village, Sokoto, northwestern Nigeria. His father was a district head and heir apparent to the Sultanate throne from the house of Usmanu Danfodio, a religious and social reformer who brought the Habib dynasty under the Fulani Caliphate in the beginning of the 19th century. Ahmadu Bello raised the bar of political consciousness in participation when, in 1944, he engineered the establishment of the Northern People's Congress (NPC) as the first political party in northern Nigeria and the rallying point for politicians in the region before independence. History will not forget Ahmadu Bello for his charisma and political sagacity, which provided easy passage for his kinsmen to assume political and administrative positions in Nigeria's post-independence era. The distinguished elder statesman and Sardauna of Sokoto has his face on his country's 200 naira currency as a mark of honor to one of the architects of Nigeria's independence. Western Spring Television identifies Ahmadu Bello as a watershed character in history. Born Jeremiah Oyeni Obafemi on March 6, 1905, Obafemi Awolowo was a prime architect of Nigeria's independence and most consummate advocate of free education and social welfare in Africa's most populous nation. Erudite politician, thinker and philosopher, Awo was fondly addressed by associates and political colleagues, brought his unique attributes to bear on governance in the defunct Western region. He administered as leader of government business and the premier between 1955 and 1958. Obafemi Awolowo's premiership witnessed pioneering in multi-sectoral policy initiatives and execution. The Western region under his administration paraded several enviable records. First television station in Africa, first real estate in Nigeria, first high-rise building in Nigeria, first modern sports stadium in Nigeria, first agricultural settlement in Nigeria, first modern civil service secretariat in Nigeria, and first industrial estate in Nigeria. His face is on 100 naira denomination as a mark of honor for his distinguished services to his country. Western Spring Television identifies Obafemi Awolowo as a major character in history.
Welcome back to Pertinent Questions, where we spotlight on a personality on the one-on-one chat. In the studio with me in the last 25 minutes has been Mr. KASALI OPABOLA. He's a businessman, and I brought him in essentially because he's a diasporan. You were talking about how you have lived in the United States for more than, I was thinking 40, 48, you said more than that. What inspired you? Why did you have to live that long? You are still there now.
Thank you. I'm still there now, and my goal, as I said previously, was to come back to Nigeria after obtaining my first degree. And as I said to you also, when I first left when I was in grammar school, I was an average student.
Yeah.
I went to United States. Suddenly, I became a star. I was so good. I don't know how God just bring my brain back. Maybe the ability to study, to rely on the condition.
I don't know, but I can say that it is more likely that having come from a very poor family, you never had the opportunity to read after your studies.
Yes.
So how do you want to pass to be brilliant when you cannot read?
Exactly. So I was just so good in college, when I was in college, that all the programs I was supposed to do in 4 years, I was able to do in 3.5 with honors. The best in my class. So a big company there at that time called IBM, International Business Machine Company, came to my college to recruit. When they saw my grade, they saw me, they interviewed, they said,
this is it.
You are one of us. We want you.
Right.
I was so happy. I said, but I can't work. I don't have no work permit. Okay, I'm a foreign student. Okay. But they say, are you not married? I said, yeah, I just got married 3 months ago. They say, hey, you could just use your wife and get you to get you work permit. I say, wow. So then I start hearing from my other friends from different states, like Maryland, New York. I say, KASALI, you didn't know? I say, that is not my intention. Okay. I married my wife because I love her, not because
this
of
woman
anything.
You married, is he a Nigerian or was he, I don't know, either is or was, depending?
This lady that I married was an American woman.
Oh, because you were using okay, now you can
was American. We met the first day of I arrived in United States. My first class, that's where we met. Okay. And something just attracted her to me, and we started talking. Okay. It was in my math class. Okay. And from there, we just become friends and everything.
Okay, I have said it earlier. I am not using this program to discuss or digest your marriage.
Yes.
I want to know what has led you into staying this long and then go on to certain other aspects.
Yes. Okay.
Because averagely today, we blame our youngsters who are jackpotting.
Yeah.
You, the elders, you are in your 70s now. Yes. You jackpot earlier and you didn't come back.
Yeah. I will tell you the reason why I really didn't want to come back. People are telling me. Another thing also, like I told you, I came back in December of 1979 after my first thing there. And when I came back, I didn't like what I saw.
You are not talking.
I didn't like what I saw. Everything that I visited was like, did I used to live here? Did I used to be here? Is this where I mean, it was just totally destroyed. Okay. The company is gone.
Okay, so now I ask you this question. Are the young lads from our country who are going out, do you blame them?
When you compare that time to this time, I cannot blame them. Okay. The situation has changed. Okay.
Changed positively or negatively?
I would say more negatively. And the reason that, like I told you when I went, I paid for my school fee. Our money at that time is more valuable than dollar. I paid 1,200 naira for a whole year education there. Now,
that's 1975.
Could you imagine that right now? Okay, and now things are just falling apart. But by the grace of God, Nigeria is going to be better and be okay, and the glory is going to come back. But what I'm trying to say is that some of them are going for wrong reason, some of them are going for right reason. Some people are going for education to better themselves, to do good things for their family, for the country, and some of them are going there to do some other bad thing. So there's a mixture of everything. There's a lot of us that is over there that is I'm not proud of. And there are some of them that I'm saying, wow, you are in Nigeria.
Life is just like that. It's like give and take.
Give and take.
Left and right.
Yes.
North and south.
Yes.
Now, you have been in the. Let me wind back. You were talking about the IBM. Did the opportunity come your way?
Yes. I worked there for 15 years.
Okay.
The salary that they gave me at that time, if I tell you, you won't believe it, it's a lot of money.
So that's what attracted you to
stay.
Now I'm getting the drift. Now, okay, you have drifted along all these while. I know you do come regularly, especially since you retired from service. What impact? Diasporean, you as a diasporian, what impact are you creating back home in Nigeria?
You see, one thing that for me, I love Nigeria. That whatever I can do to help out, I want to do it. And since God has blessed me in America with everything I put my hand to, go over there. I don't know why it's me only. I don't know why, but generally that's what happened. And most people are happy for me for that, and some people are not as happy. And I love to come to Nigeria and help out. Since
it is the helping out that I want to hear.
Yes, I've been helping out. I mean, I built a factory here. Okay. That produces oxygen gas, and that's about 2 years ago, right after the coronavirus. I employ people working there. I have a lot of housing projects in the area.
Into property?
Yeah, property. A lot of property that is going on as we are talking right now. I get a lot of people working for me now. Oh,
you're building them or you
building them up? Yeah. Okay, There's a lot of them going on right now. Right. And as we are talking now, I wish I have at least 40 or 50 people working right now, different locations, so go now, that I'm putting them to work. You see? So I like to do that because what can I do? That's one thing.
Yeah, you mentioned it a short while ago that you observed that some Nigerians, they go to the US, I mean, they fly out for good reasons, some for bad reasons. Why then do Nigerians perform better outside than how they perform here in Nigeria?
Thank you for that question. That's a very important question. Some of us, when we go there, we know what we left behind. So when we go there, we are more motivated. Motivated to do good at all costs. We don't want to disappoint where we come from. I mean, Nigerians, the good one, you can be very, very proud of them. We are the only ethnic group in the whole world in America that outperform any other ethnic, Nigerian people. When you go to our university, we are the doctors, we are in the law school. I mean, one of my sons is a medical doctor. In his class, when he had the name of OPABOLA, everybody say, because they have the Nigerian Student Doctor Association that they have there. It's very good that we know that not all of us are doing bad. There's a lot of people that we have to be proud of for what they are doing for Nigeria. So, and I continue to pray for them to do that.
There's this white supremacy attitude of the average white. Does it bother you, or when I say you, the Nigerian society in the diaspora, of what bother is this to you who live in especially America?
It bothers me a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. I faced the same kind of discrimination during my tenure in IBM.
Okay.
When I was employed there in 1979, right after I left the college, I faced the same thing. And I was promoted so fast that I became a chief engineer. Okay. An advisory engineer in IBM that I had to train other people to do their job. And unluckily for me, in 1992, one of my managers was a
white supremacist.
he didn't like me at all.
Okay.
He found a way to blame everything that's wrong on me. And finally told me one time that, Mr. Kasali, I'm going to give you a one-way ticket to Africa.
It means you won't come back.
Because it was just so, it's so hateful. And we went through all this. After working there for about almost 15 years, I left the company.
Okay.
And formed my own company, which is a real estate investment and all that. Over there.
So you are into real estate?
Real estate. A big one too for 25 years. And,
okay. And that's what you are trying to bring home now?
Yeah.
Building.
Yes.
We need them.
Yes.
But when we can only plead, don't let when the buildings are completed, don't let these people who are intermediaries hike the prices.
Hike the price, yes.
It's not good for
us. Yes.
Yes. Next year, the Americans will go for an election. Tell me a little about what you know about Donald Trump and his incursion or re-incursion.
Thank you very much. You know, I knew about Donald Trump when I first moved from New York to Florida in 1985.
Okay.
He lived not too far from me, maybe 8 miles or something like that. I just saw somebody that is rich, powerful. At that time, he can just say anything he wants, and he just bought this estate for $6 million. To buy a $6 million estate in 1985, you must be super rich. Then I would say, I wish I can be like him. I mean, at that time, I help him. I love him. I love his personality. I mean, he does everything. And he kept out of politics, but he always says his own mind. Okay, and at that time I want to be like him. His business minded,
business.
Very, very good. I said, I want to be, and his real estate empire. I said, I want to be like Trump. That was my goal at that time. Okay, but later on when he started entering politics and I started see all his behavior, then I started, I didn't know this guy's that bad like this, but. For the entire world, Trump is not good. For American people, it's good.
Okay.
But American people, there's no American people. American people is the world people because we are all gathered from the whole world to build America. Yeah. That's why a lot of people don't care for him because it's somebody that is to himself.
Yeah, he's self-centered.
Donald Trump is Donald Trump. He doesn't care about you or anything. That's the only thing I don't like about him. But his knowledge is fantastic. I love him for that.
Okay, we are coming to the end of the program. I want you to look at Nigeria in the last 63 years. This is the month of our independence. 63 years ago, we had independence. You have been away, but you keep on going and coming. So far, if I ask you the question, Nigeria, so far, so what would be your answer? How would you assess the country?
You know, it's a good question. Because, 63 years ago, I remember when they pulled me out of that elementary school I was, for to wait for the governor, we stay under the sun. They passed us a Coca-Cola at that time. That was the first time.
It was cooler.
That was the first time I drank something like that. Be a booze boy.
You have always been a rural boy.
Yeah, a rural boy in Ilefe. So, when you look at everything, what we accomplished before I went to America and what we have done since then, it's a mixed bag of things. Okay? And the reason is not, I will not blame mostly everything on the government. Okay? Because they cannot do everything. Private people, they have to contribute also. And like every other community, it's just like that. But I believe we are going somewhere, and we need to pray. I believe in, I'm not a politician, but I believe that the current government here, they are going to do something to improve the fate of our country.
Okay. we are going to do. That's our, that's what everybody looks for. Is hope.
Hope.
He centers it on hope renewed.
Yes.
It's 4 months now.
Yes.
Nigerians have not yet seen it. But I do agree that 4 months is too short a period.
Too early, yes,
to say you want to see.
Yeah.
But we want to have and feel the direction.
The direction, yes, yes. I think you are on the right path right now. I could tell you that is my feeling that things going to get better.
Yeah. Well, things must get better because Nigerians are very much under pressure.
Under pressure, yes.
Apart from being very focused in factory work and you said you are doing some into property.
Yes.
It's the rich who gets who are always there. You are building for the rich people. What are you doing for the poor masses?
To tell you the truth, I'm actually all what I'm building is just for poor people. Okay. I'm not into. I don't want to get rich into this. That's what I want to tell you. Anything I'm doing for Nigeria here, I don't want to make any money from it.
Okay.
I'm doing it for the people.
Okay.
When I hire people to do work for me, it's not money that I'm making. I don't make money in Nigeria. Let me tell you that.
You spend money
in Nigeria. I bring all the money that I save, I bring it here to spend.
Okay.
And I don't want anything in return. Okay. Because whatever I can do to help people out, that's what I'm for.
I don't know if you have been doing it, but if you have not been, I would want to suggest it to you. Empowering some Nigerians, the very critical poor. A foundation to do that and to support them consistently, whether you are here or not. Even when someday you are an elderly person, you are in your mid-70s. When the time comes, long time from now, God says,
it's time to come home. Yeah.
Something will be a foundation, a legacy that the people of Nigeria will benefit from.
Yes.
Has that crossed your mind?
Yes, it has. To tell you the truth, when anything is going about Nigeria, let me say Osogbo particularly, because I'm very, very focused on Osogbo.
Yeah, that's where you come from.
Yeah. In the United States, we have a organization they call Osogbo Progressive Union. Okay. I'm focused on that particular organization. Whatever they are doing, I always be the leader. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but they all know me that if they want to do anything, I will always be number first because they are telling me they are doing it for Osogbo. Okay. They want to open and do a scholarship, I'm there. They want to do medical something, I'm there. Anytime they come in for support, I'm always there to help. And 2 weeks ago, I was in Lagos for the Lagos State OPU, the same thing. The same thing. I donated a lot of money because they tell me they're going to use it for Osogbo. Okay. Anything Osogbo, I'm always for to it.
But do you also find time to say, okay, they have taken this much from me, let me find out whether they have done the right thing or not?
Yeah.
When you donate like that, there must be
check and balance.
Yes. So that people don't, as it were, take from Peter to Paul.
Yeah. I believe the Osogbo Progressive Union in the United States, they send the report, they send everything, and I have a 100% trust in the organization, the people, the management. So everything is good.
Okay. Everything is good.
Yeah.
How long are you living? How long are you staying, rather?
And before I go back, I've been here now for about 3 weeks now. I get another more 3 weeks before I depart. And my goal is to establish my own scholarship on my own,
in your own name. Yes.
Okay, there's going to be an OPABOla foundation that I'm going to establish.
That's
I'm going to be awarding scholarship every year to a certain number of students. That is my goal.
Okay. God will grant you the enablement to bring this into being.
Thank you.
This is what we want to hear from you in the diaspora. The average Nigerian is under pressure.
Yeah.
The average Nigerian cannot eat.
I see.
And there doesn't appear to be light at the end of it. Yes. So we have to rely on you all of you who are in the
Yes.
diaspora, I want to charge you, don't feel too bad they are sucking me, they are doing this. Continue to give because your kinsmen are suffering.
I know. and I will do my best.
Okay.
I will do my ultimate best to
God
see that.
will bless you and bless all of you who are in the diaspora.
God bless.
Especially those of you who think about Nigeria.
Yes.
About home.
Yes. Yes.
There are some of you who don't think about
yes.
home. But we will pray that those of you who think more about home, God will continue to enable you so that you can come.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank you very much for finding time out of your crowded schedule to be here.
Thank you.
To the viewer at home, I have in the last 45 minutes or so been in a very homely chat on our program, Pertinent Questions. I've been talking to a businessman to the core, a factory owner, a surveyor who has abandoned everything survey into business running. Mr. Abdul KASALI OPABOLA. He is a diasporan and he has been in town and he says he will spend the next 3 more weeks. Thank you for being here and there for us. Next week, the show will come, but Femi Adefila will be hosting. In 2 weeks' time, I should be able to come your way on this same program, P&Q, Pertinent Questions. Thank you very much. I am ADETOYESE SHITTU ALAMU, signing out this afternoon, right in the studios of Western Spring Television. Goodbye to you all.